My name is Nancy Kohler, and my daughter Eve was part of Herd 1 at the Gap this past almost year. It's past 9 months, and she just returned home a few weeks ago. So Eve graduated in a class of, close to 1,750 kids, close to 1,800 kids. And senior year, she really wasn't sure what she wanted to do. She applied to college, but she really wasn't 100% ready to go off to college. As her mom, I knew she wasn't ready, and she really knew she wasn't ready. And the last thing I wanted to do was set her up for failure. And probably about March of last year, I heard about this GAP program, and it really piqued my interest. So I looked it up online, did a little bit of research, and thought it sounded phenomenal, and I presented it to Eve, and I said, Eve, rather than go off to college or even stay home and go to community college, what do you think about a gap year? And she was like, maybe, but she wasn't overly enthusiastic about it. Once I had her look at the website, her excitement became much more apparent, much more evident. She was very excited about it. So she applied, she went through her interviews and ended up in Colorado last year in June. My thought has always been, we have to know our kids. I need to know my child. I probably know her better than she knows herself. And part of the challenge as a parent is getting your kid to see things from your point of view without telling them it's your idea. Let them think it's their idea. And that's really what I had to do with the Gap, because again, all her friends are going off to college. All her friends are starting the next phase in life, or what our society tells us is the next step. And she was doing something very, very different. I think Eve knows herself a whole lot better now than she did 9 months ago, 10 months ago, when she left Texas and went to Colorado. What I don't think Eve realizes yet is the impact that this program is going to have on her for the rest of her life. She doesn't have perspective yet. And being at this stage of my life, I can look and I can see what she's gained over her time at the Gap and know how much it's gonna impact her in a good way and benefit her for the rest of her life. What I've seen in Eve is that her self-confidence has just blossomed. Eve knows who Eve is, and even more importantly, Eve knows who Eve is as a child of God. And a year ago, Eve went to church because I made her go to church. She didn't have an option. In Colorado, Eve went to church because she wanted to go to church, and she found her church community. And when she came home this year, she is still going to church because she wants to go. Our job is to launch our kids. We can launch them by default, or we can launch them by design.